Sometimes it so happens that the plans that we make don't work out. Things don't exactly go according to how we want or how we had planned or imagined, and we start feeling disappointed, distressed. And many a times when things go extremely wrong according to us or different from what we thought would be the best for us, we start getting depressed and feeling hopeless, like there is no ray of hope, like nothing will ever be right and everything is doomed, no good will ever happen with me, etc. Happens to the best of us at some point or the other. So what to do at this point of time? How should we approach life when such things happen? Okay, so I'm going to talk about something which is a little philosophical, so bear with me for 2 minutes. Whenever we are feeling despair, we are feeling disappointment, hopelessness, it has more to do with how we feel internally than what is happening externally. Now, as I said, just bear with me for 2 minutes, it'll be worth it. So let's try to understand this. Why do we feel despair? It is mainly because of the 4 defects that the Shastras mention that human beings have. First is humans commit mistakes. Second, humans are illusioned. Third, the senses of humans are imperfect. And fourth, that we have a cheating propensity. So the despair that comes to us, the disappointment, the hopelessness that comes to us is mainly because of the illusion that we create around us. So as I said, human beings have these 4 defects. One of them is illusion. We are always illusioned, and that is the main cause of our despair and hopelessness. Now, going back to the original question that we asked, when we are feeling hopeless, what do we do? And now that we know the reason, which is illusion, we need to take the shelter of knowledge, because knowledge is the only thing that can curb illusion. So what do? We take the shelter of spiritual knowledge, that is mainly the Bhagavad Gita. And in this video, I am going to talk about this one verse that is very hope-giving from the 2nd chapter of the Bhagavad Gita that has helped me and supported me a lot in my bad times, and I'm hoping that will help you too. But before we move on to the verse, I would quickly like to ask you to please subscribe to my channel. If you like the videos that I create, it'll be very helpful if you could just hit the subscribe button, because it'll just take a second for you, but it'll really help me get motivated and it'll give me a lot of support if you do so. Now coming back to the verse. So we are going to chapter 2, verse number 14, which is Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitosha sukh dukh daha agma paino anityastam titikshasva bharata. Deep diving into this, what Krishna says in this verse is agama apainaha, which means appearance and disappearance. And then he says anityaha, which means non-permanent. So what is appearing and what is disappearing? And what is this which is non-permanent is sukha and dukkha. So our happiness and distress appears and disappears, and both of them are non-permanent. And how do they appear and disappear? Like Shita Oshna, which means like winters and summers. So what Krishna is saying is our happiness and our distress appears and disappears just like the appearance and disappearance of summers and winters, and both of them, both our happiness and distress, are non-permanent. And then what he says, Matra sparshastu kaunteya. Kaunteya, he's referring to son of Kunti, who is Arjun. So Matra sparshastu kaunteya. What this means is that both sukha and dukkha actually we feel by our sense organs, by sense perception. So what Krishna is doing is he is actually detaching ourselves from our senses to make us understand that what we are feeling is not absolute for us. So what that means is that all the sukh and dukh, whatever we are feeling by our senses. So if we detach us from our senses, we can actually distance ourselves from the sukh and dukh that we are feeling. So matra sparshastu kaunteya, we are feeling our, whatever we are feeling by our sense perception. Shitoshna sukh dukh daha. Just like summers and winters, sukh and dukh, agma paino anityastam, they appear and disappear and they are non-permanent. Titikshasva bharata. Just try to tolerate them. So whatever happiness and distress we are getting, it will come after one another. We are feeling them through our senses. Distance ourselves from the senses. We are not the senses, and just try to tolerate them, because this cycle will go on. So when we are feeling hopeless, step number one, distance ourselves from the sukha and dukh we are feeling, because we are only feeling them through our sense perception. It is our hopelessness, our despair, we are not supposed to internalize them. They are all external, and they are only felt by our sense perception. And second thing is that it will change, time will change. Sukh and dukh keep appearing one after the other, just like summers and winters. So this particular verse is one of my favorites. It's a very hope-giving verse, a verse that gives you a lot of strength to tolerate the good and bad times that come into your life. I hope it helps you too. If you want to know more about this shloka, what you can do is you can go and visit vedabase.io, where all of the Bhagavad Gita shlokas are stored online. You can go and you can read them. All you have to do is just type 2.14 bg vedabase.io, and you'll find the verse there. You can read it again and again. You can read it every day to give yourself strength. And I hope you liked it. If you liked the video, do not forget to like and subscribe and share it with more people. Thank you.